Hi, welcome to the presentation on overall main idea. This information can be found in Chapter 3 of your textbook if you'd like to read more about it. Up to this point, everything that we have been reading has been focused mainly at the paragraph level. However, as college students, you know that you are expected to read information that is longer than simply a paragraph. So we are going to start looking at terminology used with longer passages. This lesson focuses mainly on just learning those terms. All right, before we begin, I'd like to do a quick review with you because understanding the concepts of main idea and topic sentence are going to help you understand and remember the terminology that I'm about to introduce. So first, what is a main idea? It's what the author wants you to know about the topic. Okay, what is a topic sentence? A sentence that directly states the main idea. So these are the three terms that we're going to define, and they build on those two definitions. The first one we're going to define is called the overall main idea. Sometimes you'll hear it called the central idea. The second term is a thesis sentence, and the third term is called a central idea sentence. So what is the difference between all of these different terms? First, let's look at the difference between a main idea and an overall main idea. You're going to notice that the difference always comes back to the number of paragraphs. That's a simple way of putting it. Main idea, one paragraph. The overall main idea, many paragraphs. So if I ask you to find the main idea, I'm asking you to look for the main idea of one paragraph. If I ask you to find the overall main idea, I'm saying, what's the entire passage about? So again, it comes down to the number of paragraphs. Same thing with the difference between a topic sentence, a thesis sentence, and a central idea sentence. The topic sentence is simply the stated main idea of one paragraph. A central idea sentence is the stated main idea of a few paragraphs. And the thesis sentence is the stated overall main idea of the entire longer passage. All right, those are the terms. Now, what does this look like? This is a make-believe passage about cats. And you're going to notice there's my introduction, here's my body, and then there's my concluding paragraph. So I know the whole thing is going to be about cats, but how am I going to break this down? Oh, and those squiggly lines, those are just make-believe sentences. I didn't want to confuse us with actually typing everything out. I wanted us to focus on the terms. So my first paragraph is my intro. In your intro, you're going to find the thesis sentence. The thesis sentence is going to state the overall main idea of the entire passage. So my main idea of the entire passage is I'm going to be talking about habitat, history, and care of cats. It's letting you know what the rest of the passage is going to be about. Now we're going to move into the body of the passage. My first paragraph, right there, I'm only going to be talking about the habitat. So I only have one main idea in that paragraph, one main idea. That gets a topic sentence. Now, let's look at the next two paragraphs though. Those two paragraphs, I'm going to start talking about the history of cats. And while I was writing, I realized I needed two paragraphs because there's a lot to talk about history. So because I've now moved from that one paragraph topic sentence into two paragraphs, it's no longer called a topic sentence. It's called a central idea sentence because I'm talking about more than one paragraph. Then finally, I'm going to now shift and talk about the care of cats in this final paragraph in my body, but it's only taking one paragraph to do it, so it's called a topic sentence. My stated main idea for that one paragraph is called a topic sentence. And then finally, my conclusion, where I'm just restating all of the main ideas, not introducing anything new. So how do you find the overall main idea? And you'll notice that I abbreviated it OMI. You'll see that a lot. Instead of writing out the whole overall main idea, OMI stands for overall main idea. The first thing you want to do is, if there's a title, look at the title, because generally the title is going to give you the topic. And remember, we always start with figuring out the topic. Subheadings are, if they're there, give you the topic of that paragraph or those few paragraphs together. And then if a paragraph doesn't have a subheading, give it one. Read it and say, what's the topic of this? And then write it in the margin. And then what you as the reader do is you look for the big picture. What do all 3 or 4 or 5 or however many of those subheadings put together tell you? What's the overall main idea about that topic? All right, that is the end of the presentation on overall main idea. Again, please make sure to complete the homework questions found in your Canvas module for this week.